extracted the name from the form. Get me the input field where they typed the name, get access to its value, and then I'm displaying an alert. Just going to say hello to that person, for example. And so now, if I refresh the page, I type in my name, I press submit, I get an alert that says hello Brian, press OK, I can try it again, I can type in something like David, press submit, and now the page says hello David. So here again, we've been able to combine event listeners and functions and query selector to be able to both read information from the page in order to say, get me this particular HTML element, find me an HTML element, and access like what the user typed into it, the .value property that gets me what the user typed into an input field, and we've been able to combine that with event listeners and alerts that are able to actually respond dynamically to when a user submits the form, or when the entire content of the page is done loading in order to produce some interesting effects as well. But it turns out we can do more than just change like the HTML that is contained within an element. We can also change CSS as well, change the style properties of a particular element as well. So let's go ahead and see an example of that. I'll go ahead and create a new file that I'll call colors.html. And inside of colors, I'll include the same standard HTML boilerplate code that we often start with, a head section with a title and a body section. And inside of the body of this page, I'm going to display a heading that just says hello, for example. And maybe I'll give it an ID, just so I can reference it by name. Maybe it has an ID of hello. And then I'll have 3 buttons. I'll have a button called red, a button called blue, and then a button called where now if I open up colors.html, here's what I see. I see a big heading that says hello, and then I see 3 buttons, red, blue, and green, but of course right now, these buttons don't actually do anything. How do I get the buttons to do something? Well, that's where JavaScript